Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Bill Boyd. I'm the fire chief of the Bellingham, Washington Fire Department. And when Cheryl asked me, she called me up and said, hey, would you be willing to come up and talk at this conference? I said, oh, yeah, you bet. This would be great. Oh, by the way, no PowerPoint. Ooh, I'm a government official. No PowerPoint's like a soldier without a gun, okay? So I'm going to give this my best shot. I have some crib notes here. I'm going to tell you right now, I am not a social media guru. I am not an expert. I don't think anybody in this room is an expert in social media because it's changing so fast. So I'm going to talk in generalities. I'm going to talk specifically to emergency management professionals and incident commanders and fire service and law enforcement representatives. I'm talking fast. I only got 10 minutes. And try to educate them about the importance of using social media and some of the things that I've learned in the past 5 years in using various social media tools. I got involved in social media because my kids did. My kids got on Facebook and MySpace, and I said, you can't be on there if I can't be on there too to watch what you're doing. That really lit my fire in social media and really got me understanding what the powerful ways these tools could be used. And then Twitter came along, and my whole world changed. I began to engage with the media, other people around the country and around the world in social media, and I'm here to share some of my experiences. You know, even though I'm not an expert, I get it, and I use it. It suits my personality, and I love to be connected. I also use it as a very powerful intelligence gathering tool and a messaging tool in crisis. I can't emphasize that enough. There are those in this room who probably haven't thought about that. But when it comes to a crisis scene, especially a really large one, it's extremely important to access social media, to hear what everybody else is experiencing and saying, not only about physically what they're seeing, smelling, tasting, hopefully not tasting, but seeing, smelling, and hearing, but what they think about the response. How are we doing as emergency responders? Why are we in emergency management and emergency services not using Twitter and not using social media? We're old. We were raised on Dan Rather and Happy Days, not Tosh 2.0. We view the media as a necessary evil. We have a culture problem. We always have. As an incident commander, I used to think the media, I would get around to talking to the media because they were on my time. I wasn't on their time. Now, as an incident commander, I'm on your time. I'm on the time of the people standing at the scene with their ears, with their data points, data devices plugged to their ears, stuck up in the air taking pictures, or hooked to their thumbs. We're suspicious of new technology. We view social media as a kid's thing. It's not secure. I've heard emergency managers say they won't use it because it can be hacked. They're afraid of imposters. And perhaps one of the biggest things is the incident command system, NIMS, has not embraced social media yet. They're working on it, and I'm involved in that effort, but we have a ways to go there. There's obviously legal concerns. We've had a couple lawyers and the gal that had the police hat on. I know where her car's parked and her tires are now slashed. No, I'm just kidding. And the other thing that's important is the privacy related to healthcare information, HIPAA, for those of you in the healthcare setting. So, with all that said, as an incident commander on a scene, what is my job? My job is to keep everybody safe, ensure confidence in government and the response, make the problem go away, and do it as cheaply and as efficiently as possible. So specific to ensuring confidence in making the problem go away, what I do there is I tell people what to do to keep them safe. You know, I want you to move from point A to point B. I don't want you to move at all. Lock down your windows, stay in your house. I'm telling people what I'm doing with the response to make their problem go away. I'm monitoring what they're saying to see if they agree with what we're doing, and I'm listening to what they're saying and engaging them on a regular basis. Relying on the media to get the story out is now obsolete thinking. As an incident commander in the incident command system, I'm supposed to acknowledge and release and approve all media releases that go out. And set up press conferences and meter information out. That is no longer in play. The citizens are doing that for us. You are doing that right now. I have no control over what you're doing, and I bet you a bunch of you are out there tweeting, and as soon as I get back to my table, I'm going to read about how I did. Okay? So as an incident commander, I know I'm no longer in charge. I do not control the media. I don't release information. It's released. I'm just trying to figure out what's being said. So how do I use it? I'm what's called a disaster creeper. I get on and I sniff around and look and see what people are saying. My kids call it creeping. That's why I call it disaster creeping. I don't necessarily post anything, but I look and see what people are saying. I use it obviously for media and public messaging. On my Twitter site, at ChiefB2, all of the Seattle regional media reporters and news anchors follow me. And at times we engage, has nothing to do with work. We also engage socially, and it keeps us connected. So when something bad does happen, they know they can reach out and touch me, and we already have this personal kind of Twitter connection. Just a couple of practical examples of how I've used Twitter in the past to kind of enlighten people about how it can be used. 2 years ago, we had a fire at a middle school, the oldest middle school in town. And three alarm fire, really big deal in the middle of the night. Disaster for our community. I got on Twitter, tweeted from the scene, and engaged the local media. Within a half an hour, was doing live interviews. Unfortunately, they posted my Twitter picture because they didn't have a personal picture of me. So I'm doing this phone interview, and my wife calls up and says, "Oh my God, they have the picture from the Wisnes wedding of you up there." That was my twit pic. Thank God it was that and not some other goofy picture. So I got to get hold of the media. The other thing that happened immediately afterwards is citizens who had already engaged me in Twitter tweeted me and say, "What's the inside of the school look like? Is such and such classroom intact?" I was able to respond back. That got retweeted. And eventually, Twitter lists got set up. Facebook sites got set up specific to the parents and the staff of Whatcom Middle School. I then tweeted pictures of the inside of the school that was posted on TwitPics. That got spread throughout the community and was an extremely valuable tool. The other thing I did, another instance where it came in pretty handy, was we had a 2-alarm fire downtown, highly visible, at 2 o'clock in the morning. I roll into this fire. I usually don't get up and get notified unless it's a really big deal. I roll into this fire at 2 o'clock in the morning and think to myself, there's nobody here. This isn't going to be a big deal. I can wait on the media. There's 200 people standing out there. And every single one of them had a cell phone, and they're taking pictures, they're shooting video, they're talking on the phone. I can hear what they're saying. They're saying they think there's people trapped in the building. There's been a big explosion. And I immediately went, I'm behind the 8 ball here. I've got to catch up. And I realized, why is there 200 people out here? And then I looked around, they're all college kids. Well, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Duh, the bars had let out. Okay? So I immediately knew I had an incident commander in charge of the fire doing a great job. Got online, got on Twitter, sent out some really quick tweets. Nobody trapped, defensive fire, nobody hurt. Yes, there was a small explosion. And I was immediately able to counteract a lot of misinformation that was going on out there. And then the last thing I just want to mention, and this is specific to intelligence gathering, is we had a pipeline explosion back in 1999 in Bellingham. 260,000 gallons of gasoline ruptured from a pipeline, went into a creek, killed 3 people, destroyed the sense of community for the city of Bellingham. Last September, the same exact thing happened in San Bruno, California. I watched that thing in real time and read the tweets in real time and provided information to other people that were tweeting on that incident about my observations from an expert perspective in hazmat and incident command about what the responders were dealing with. I would never have been able to do that 4 or 5 years ago. Here I am 2,000 miles away, sitting there monitoring, observing, and providing feedback and advice and expert information along with some of the other people that are in this room who did the same thing about that event. Even though I wasn't there, I had a physical, visceral reaction that took me back to 1999. That is the power of social media in crisis response. And I encourage anybody that's in emergency management, not only encourage, I'm gonna tell you to do it. Be strategic about it, but engage in it, because our job in crisis is to make other people have those visceral reactions and connect with their community and take action when we need them to. So thank you very much for your time.